Michael. I am 33, soon to be 34 years old, and I'm a Magic player out of Denmark. I play professional / competitive Magic, usually standard and draft, and I would say I am somewhat of a specialist in draft in particular, and sealed, that is. I play most formats, not Commander or cEDH so much, but I play most formats, whether it being vintage or standard, like both parts of the scale. And to the core, I love Magic, like through and through. I play every day, and I play in particular in the weekends. I love both the social aspect and the competitive aspect. I've been playing Magic for roughly 12 years, at least competitive. I started playing when I went to second grade, but it was most collecting. And then I found my old box when I went to the gymnasium, and there was like a play group in the local library. So I played a little bit, got introduced, and then I started playing. Then I went into a hiatus, and then in 2008 I went all in and just started playing GPs as some of my first tournaments. So yeah, I guess we're in 2021, so it's probably 13 years I've been playing competitive Magic. I play a lot of Magic Online, and when you play Magic Online, there are different tournament structures that change a lot. It's kind of like set in stone right now, but there used to be like a lot of different challenges and tournaments. So I played a lot of challenges and Magic on Sundays, and there was like this Commander. It was cEDH challenge. It's like a 64-man. It used to be 64-man tournaments where you then get X amount of product if you win. And Andreas Peterson said, like, you should definitely try this. This is a fun format. It's way different than the others. It hasn't really been solved at this point. So we just play like a lot of Briar decks and Vial Smashers, Barals, and Tim the Trashers until everything got banned. The partner mechanic got banned. Then they introduced every single thing again, and then it kind of went away. But for that period of time, Andreas Peterson introduced me into cEDH, which was kind of fun. So I haven't really been playing Commander. I don't play Commander, but I like the competitive part of playing, and I like Magic cards, and I like to play with new cards, new mechanics, and cEDH really gives you the opportunity to play with the command zone, which is kind of cool. So when it's in the competitive setting, it kind of brings me the joy of what I find in regular competitive Magic, and now I just get to tap into a whole new format, and with some really, really broken stuff and some fun stuff and some genius deck building. So I haven't been playing, but I like when I play, when I have the time for it. When you play multiplayer, there's a big gap between the super competitive and the multiplayer part. Because of the multiplayer part, you always have this aspect that you can be tagged on and get killed by your 3 opponents because you're too powerful. But you can, on the other hand, you can also slow roll, and then I guess it's like politics. I can see that that's a fun part of playing, and it is fun part of playing for me as well when you get into these. But then it's not always about you being able to optimize and win through your own play skill and your strategic advantages that you can gain. And that's the part that I love the most about the regular thing, is that I'm my own. I can improve, and it's only if I make mistakes or if there's something with the variance that kills me. And that's kind of Commander and cEDH is a little bit away from that when you play in the multiplayer formats. So on that aspect, it's very nice, especially for the social part of it. But yeah, so I think that's a huge difference between the 60 and 100 cards. You can play 100 cards in constructed as well and do well when you only have singleton, you get to like fine tune small individual cards. It's kind of hard to like optimize 100% because you don't have a sample size that's pretty big. But you get to make some really cool decks and some sweet synergies, and you have a lot of tools because you play 100 cards. And you have your commander. So there's something with the engine. You can really build an engine as well with the 100 cards. So something with like the deck kind of gets way more unique, even though it's pretty streamlined. And the politics is probably like the biggest aspect of the multiplayer part. I just love Magic cards. Like I love playing with them. I love doing broken stuff, and I especially love playing like grindy games, like games that go so long, and the board like gums up, and a lot of interactions and sweet cards on the board or getting tutored for. So that is probably my favorite part about playing Commander. Is there's so many broken cards that you can play. Then a person plays a Wheel of Fortune. Then a person plays a Vampiric Tutor for something crazy for the specific situation, or a Time Twister even instead of the Wheel of Fortune. So I think there's a lot of cards that you don't regularly see if you play Modern, Pioneer, Standard, or Draft, that are like part of Magic's history and has so much going on for them, that it's very nice that they really get to be played in Commander, and people get to like do sweet stuff with them, sit for hours and think up like sweet interactions with specific cards. So I think that's my favorite part about playing Commander is like the brokenness and yet genius approach to each deck. I actually just watched through like the entire Kaldheim spoiler, because tonight, as this is being recorded, there's like a pre-release on MTGO, so I'm gonna play. I think the one that boasts the 2/3, I can't remember what it's called. When it boasts it Vampiric Tutors or Tutor to the top, I think that card is just very sweet. I hope that it's gonna see a lot of play. And then there's the Lord of the Death. I can't remember what it's called. It's like a 6/6 for 3 mana, and you draw a card when it dies. I think that card is pretty broken as well. There's a flip side where you can play it as a throne and do some crazy stuff as well. I think those two black cards are something that I really find interesting. And then an additional black card, an 0/3 that foretells for 2 all cards, and then it gets plus. I think those cards are, for me at least, the most exciting. I think they bring a pretty sweet play pattern into the new Kaldheim set. So I'm gonna look forward to playing with them. But actually, just all the cards, like they seem pretty sweet and pretty broken, most of them. So I can't wait. I guess that's it. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you win a lot of games, Commander.